Have you ever swallowed a vitamin pill, believing it's the key to staying healthy, only to wonder if it's secretly putting your brain at risk? As a neurologist, I've seen countless seniors suffer devastating strokes, not from poor lifestyle choices or accidents, but from the very supplements they trusted to keep them strong. In this video, I'm exposing the shocking truth about 5 common vitamins that could silently increase your risk of brain bleeds, blood clots, or sudden blood pressure spikes, especially if you're over 60. From vitamin D to niacin, these hidden dangers could change your life in an instant. You need to watch until the end because this isn't just about avoiding harm, it's about empowering you to protect your brain, preserve your independence, and live fully on your terms. I'll share real patient stories, like that of a vibrant retiree whose daily vitamin routine led to a stroke, backed by cutting-edge science that reveals how these supplements can betray you. You'll learn practical, life-saving tips to safely navigate vitamins, spot warning signs, and choose brain-boosting foods that reduce stroke risk without dangerous side effects. By the end, you'll gain the awareness to make informed choices, ensuring your health regimen supports your future, not jeopardizes it. Don't miss this chance to safeguard your memory, mobility, and peace of mind. Stay with me to uncover the truth that could save your life. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Vitamin D, the sunshine pill that could turn deadly overnight. Vitamin D, the so-called sunshine pill, is often hailed as a miracle nutrient, especially for seniors. Everyone talks about how it strengthens your bones, lifts your spirits, boosts your immune defenses, and keeps you feeling vibrant and alive. And yes, these benefits are very real and important. But what's rarely mentioned, and what many older adults don't realize, is that vitamin D can be a double-edged sword. Taken in excess, or without proper guidance, it can quietly morph from a trusted ally into a hidden danger lurking just beneath the surface, capable of triggering devastating health crises like strokes, sometimes in the dead of night, catching families completely off guard. Let me share with you the heart-wrenching story of Mr. Robert Wilson, a 72-year-old retired Navy veteran from sunny Florida. To those who knew him, Robert was the very image of health and discipline. His days were filled with purposeful walks, gardening with his beloved wife, and the sharp wit that made him a joy to be around. Every morning, like clockwork, he took a handful of supplements, a ritual born out of love for his well-being and the desire to do everything right. Among them was a high-dose vitamin D pill, 10,000 IU, a hefty amount he confidently believed would protect his bones and keep him strong for years to come. More is better, he often said with a grin, reflecting a common, yet dangerous misconception that vitamins can't hurt you. But the truth is far more complex, and sadly, Robert's trust in that belief almost cost him everything. One cold, quiet morning, his wife found him lying in bed, confused and unable to speak clearly. His right arm hung limp at his side. The paramedics who arrived quickly confirmed what no family ever wants to hear. Robert had suffered a stroke overnight. Blood tests later revealed the hidden villain. His calcium levels were dangerously high, a condition called hypercalcemia caused by too much vitamin D. Here's how this silent saboteur works. Vitamin D's role is to help your body absorb calcium, which in normal amounts is essential for strong bones and healthy teeth. But when you flood your system with large doses, the excess calcium begins to accumulate in places it shouldn't, like the soft tissues of your arteries. Over time, these deposits harden the vessels, turning them rigid and narrow. This vascular calcification puts immense strain on your heart and brain, increasing the risk of deadly blockages that can cut off vital blood flow. For seniors, whose arteries naturally lose elasticity with age, the danger is even greater. What's more chilling is that taking vitamin D at night can worsen this effect. While you sleep, your metabolism slows, and your calcium levels can spike, without the balancing effects of daytime movement or hydration. This creates a perfect storm for silent clots to form, stealing the ability to speak, move, or remember by morning. And the scariest part? This is a widespread problem. Many seniors unknowingly consume dangerously high doses, with over-the-counter supplements often containing 5,000 to 20,000 IU per pill, far exceeding recommended limits. The official advice from the National Institutes of Health is clear. Adults over 70 should aim for 600 to 800 IU daily, with an upper safe limit of 4,000 IU. Yet, even doses as low as 2,000 IU can be toxic for some, especially if combined with calcium supplements or certain medications. Studies have confirmed the increased risks of heart events and hypercalcemia tied to prolonged high-dose vitamin D use in older adults. Robert's story ended with a mix of hope and sorrow. Through intensive rehabilitation, he regained some independence, but his speech remains impaired, and he now depends on a walker. The cost of his well-meaning mistake was steep: his freedom, the joy of simple moments with his wife, and the life he once knew. I've seen this pattern too often. Well-intentioned seniors trusting that more is better when it comes to vitamins, unaware that their good habits could be quietly harming them. So please, learn from Robert's experience. Always check your vitamin D levels with a simple blood test before starting supplements. Aim for a safe range, usually 30 to 50 nanograms per milliliter, and never let levels creep above 100. Take vitamin D doses wisely, sticking close to 600 to 2,000 IU daily unless your doctor advises otherwise. Take your vitamin D in the morning with food to help your body process it naturally and avoid nighttime calcium surges. And if you're on medications or other supplements, have an honest conversation with your healthcare provider to avoid dangerous interactions. Most importantly, stay hydrated. Drinking enough water is a small but powerful way to help your kidneys regulate calcium and protect you from toxicity. Vitamin D can be a wonderful friend, but only when treated with respect and caution. Your health, your independence, and your very life depend on understanding the risks hidden behind that sunny pill. Don't let misinformation rob you of the beautiful days and memories yet to come. 2. Vitamin E, the heart-healthy supplement that can trigger a brain hemorrhage. Vitamin E is often hailed as a miracle nutrient, a shining star for heart health, glowing skin, and a stronger immune system. Many seniors hear glowing endorsements about it, seeing vitamin E as a gentle, natural way to improve circulation and shield their minds from the fog of cognitive decline. It feels like a safe, even wise, choice. But here's the painful truth that's often swept under the rug. For older adults, especially those over 65 who are on blood thinners or managing high blood pressure, vitamin E can transform from a helpful ally into a silent, ticking time bomb. What starts as a simple vitamin can tip the delicate balance of your body's systems, increasing the risk of a catastrophic brain hemorrhage, an event that shatters not only health but the very fabric of daily life. Let me share a story that still haunts me. Mrs. Margaret Thompson was a remarkable woman. 78 years old, a retired librarian from Michigan, full of life and intellect. She was sharp, independent, and took pride in staying informed and active, immersing herself daily in her beloved books. Margaret had a heart valve condition and was carefully managing it with warfarin, a blood thinner prescribed by her cardiologist. Everything was stable. She was cautious, or so she thought. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Then came a well-meaning but dangerous decision. After reading an article praising vitamin E's memory-boosting and circulation-enhancing powers, Margaret decided to add an 800 IU vitamin E supplement to her daily routine. She didn't consult her doctor. It was just a vitamin, she thought, harmless and even beneficial. But 3 weeks later, everything changed. Margaret woke up with an unbearable headache pounding inside her skull, nausea swirling in her stomach, and a sudden, terrifying confusion that clouded her mind. Her daughter rushed her to the ER, where a brain scan revealed the unthinkable, a hemorrhagic stroke, bleeding inside her brain. It wasn't caused by trauma or uncontrolled blood pressure. It was the deadly interaction between her warfarin and the high-dose vitamin E she had taken without realizing the risks. The vitamin had thinned her blood dangerously, weakening fragile vessels that eventually ruptured, unleashing chaos inside her brain. The science behind this is sobering. Vitamin E, particularly the form known as alpha-tocopherol, naturally inhibits blood clotting. In small amounts, this anticoagulant effect can help prevent harmful clots, supporting heart health. But combine vitamin E with blood thinners like warfarin, aspirin, Plavix, or newer drugs such as Eliquis, and you risk pushing your blood's clotting ability too far. Aging blood vessels, already fragile from years of wear, become vulnerable to rupture under this double assault. Research underscores this risk. A 2020 study published in Stroke found that high-dose vitamin E supplementation increased the chance of hemorrhagic stroke by up to 20% in patients with dementia, a staggering statistic. Unlike ischemic strokes, which block blood flow, hemorrhagic strokes flood the brain with blood, causing pressure that damages neurons and impairs vital functions like speech, movement, and memory. For Margaret, this meant partial paralysis and significant memory loss, a heartbreaking trade for a vitamin she thought was helping her stay sharp. Now, Margaret depends on a walker and struggles to lose herself in the books she once devoured. Her voice breaks when she says, "I just wanted to protect my mind, to stay independent. I never imagined a vitamin could take so much from me." Her story is a cautionary tale, a deeply personal reminder that what seems natural and safe can carry hidden dangers. The problem is worsened by the supplement industry's lack of regulation and transparency. Over-the-counter vitamin E capsules often contain between 200 and 1,000 IU, far exceeding the recommended daily allowance of 15 milligrams, around 22 IU, for adults. For seniors, who often juggle complex medication regimens and have delicate blood vessels, these high doses can be deadly. A 2018 review in the American Journal of Medicine confirmed that excessive vitamin E intake correlates with increased bleeding risks in older adults, particularly those on anticoagulants. The takeaway is simple, but critical. Always talk to your doctor before starting vitamin E supplements, especially if you take blood thinners or medications for high blood pressure. The safest way to get vitamin E? Through food, nuts, seeds, spinach, avocados, where the dose is naturally balanced and far less likely to cause harm. Be vigilant. Read labels carefully. Avoid supplements with more than 100 IU unless prescribed by a healthcare professional. Don't overlook multivitamins. They often contain hidden vitamin E. Watch for warning signs like easy bruising, frequent nosebleeds, or dark stools. These are red flags for excessive blood thinning that demand immediate medical attention. And if you do take vitamin E, ask your doctor about regular blood tests to monitor clotting factors. Margaret's story breaks my heart every time I think about it. She represents so many seniors who want nothing more than to live well and age gracefully, but are caught off guard by the hidden dangers lurking in seemingly benign supplements. Thank you for listening, and please, take care of yourself. Your health is precious, and sometimes, the safest choices are the simplest and the most carefully considered. 3. Vitamin B6, the nerve helper that can slowly rob you of balance and brain control. Vitamin B6, often hailed as the nerve helper, is something many of us rely on, especially after turning 60. You've probably heard countless times that this vitamin is a miracle worker, a kind of gentle guardian for your energy levels, nerve health, and brain function. It's everywhere, in brain-boosting supplements, multivitamins, and nerve support formulas marketed specifically for seniors. The promise feels reassuring. Take this, and you'll feel sharper, more energetic, and keep those frustrating tingling sensations in your hands and feet at bay. But here's the painful, often overlooked truth that no one tells you, and that I've seen with my own eyes in my medical practice. Too much vitamin B6 can slowly, silently sabotage your nervous system. It's not just a minor side effect. It can gradually steal your balance, rob your brain of control, and lead to numbness, frequent falls, and even permanent loss of coordination. Let me tell you about Mr. George Carter, a 73-year-old retired mechanic from Arizona, whose story haunts me to this day. George was the kind of man you picture: rugged, fiercely independent, someone who found joy in taking long walks and tinkering with his beloved vintage car. But about a year ago, George began to notice strange changes: a creeping numbness in his feet, a prickly pins and needles feeling in his hands. Like many of us, he brushed it off, telling himself it was just part of getting older. Unfortunately, it wasn't. Slowly but surely, his footing faltered. He started stumbling, first on a rug in his living room, then awkwardly in his bathroom. The final straw came when a fall resulted in a mild concussion, shaking both his body and spirit. Frightened and frustrated, George came to see me. When I reviewed his supplements, one glaring culprit stood out: a nerve support vitamin he'd been taking daily for over a year, each tablet packed with 100 milligrams of vitamin B6, more than 6 times the recommended daily dose. Even worse, George had been doubling it, thinking he was doing his body a favor, boosting his energy and brain health. The harsh reality: chronic vitamin B6 toxicity had been silently destroying his peripheral nerves. Unlike vitamin C or other water-soluble vitamins that your body simply flushes out when in excess, vitamin B6 can build up inside your nervous system. Over time, high doses damage the myelin sheath, the vital protective coating around your nerves, causing peripheral neuropathy. Symptoms aren't subtle: numbness, tingling, muscle weakness, tremors, and most devastatingly, loss of balance. In severe cases, this damage can look like early dementia or Parkinson's disease, leading to heartbreaking misdiagnoses. Research is clear. A 2021 study in neurology showed that doses above 50 milligrams daily increase neuropathy risk 2.5 times for older adults. And for seniors, the danger is even greater. Aging nerves are fragile, and declining kidney function often means they can't clear excess B6 efficiently. The symptoms sneak in slowly, masquerading as normal aging, arthritis, or fatigue, until a fall or injury brings the hidden damage to light. George's life changed dramatically. He could no longer drive. His independence was chipped away day by day. Now, he relies on a cane. When he shared his story, I saw a mix of regret and sorrow in his eyes. "I thought I was helping my brain and body," he said quietly. "I was poisoning myself instead." That honest confession struck a deep chord with me. It's a painful reminder that even well-meaning efforts can backfire if we aren't careful. The supplement industry doesn't make it easier. Many brain health or nerve support vitamins push doses of B6 from 50 to 200 milligrams per serving, dangerously higher than the safe daily limit of about 1.7 to 2 milligrams for seniors, and only up to 10 milligrams if a doctor supervises. A 2023 review in the Journal of Nutrition revealed that over 20% of older adults taking B6 supplements unknowingly exceed these safe limits. So what can you do? First, be vigilant about your intake. Read labels carefully, not just on multivitamins, but energy drinks and nerve supplements too. Even 20 milligrams a day can be risky over months or years. Second, focus on getting vitamin B6 from food sources, like bananas, chickpeas, or salmon, where the levels are natural and safe, typically between 0.5 and 1 milligram per serving. Third, listen to your body. If you feel numbness, tingling, or notice balance problems, don't ignore them. Talk to your doctor and review your supplements honestly. Blood tests can measure pyridoxine levels. Normal ranges are between 5 to 50 G/L. If you suspect toxicity, stop high-dose supplements, but do it carefully with medical guidance. Recovery takes time. Nerve damage often heals slowly, and some effects might never fully reverse. For George, stopping the supplements stopped the damage, but his balance never fully returned. His story is a stark warning. Vitamins, even those considered safe, are not always harmless, especially for seniors. And if this revelation surprises you, brace yourself. There's a popular eyesight vitamin out there that can dangerously raise pressure inside your brain. But that's a story for another day. For vitamin A, the vision booster that can secretly build pressure inside your brain. Vitamin A, that familiar vision booster we all think of as harmless, even essential, can hide a dangerous secret. It can quietly build up pressure inside your brain, sometimes with devastating consequences. We often hear about vitamin A as a champion for eyesight, immune strength, and glowing skin. It sounds so natural, so beneficial, that most people, especially older adults, never pause to consider that this seemingly innocent vitamin could be harming the senses. But the truth is, too much vitamin A doesn't just disappear. It lingers and accumulates, creeping silently into your body's tissues and brain, increasing pressure inside your skull in a way that few ever talk about. And when that pressure grows too high, it can mimic a stroke or cause a life-threatening brain emergency. This issue isn't just theoretical for me. I've seen it up close. I'll never forget Miss Clara Bennett, a bright and kind-hearted 77-year-old retired music teacher from Washington. She came into my care after weeks of worsening headaches, blurred vision, and a dizzy haze that seemed to swallow her whole. Her family initially feared dementia, that cruel thief of memories, but when Clara began slurring her speech and losing her balance, the panic shifted. Could this be a stroke? The MRI was confusing at first. No clots, no bleeding. But what it revealed was even more alarming. Dangerously elevated intracranial pressure, spinal fluid backing up, tiny veins under immense strain. And the cause? Not trauma. Not a tumor. Just her daily vitamin A supplement. A skin and eye health formula she'd trusted and taken for years. The reality is harsh. Vitamin A is fat-soluble, which means, unlike water-soluble vitamins like C or B, it doesn't flush out easily. Instead, it builds up, stored in the liver and other tissues, including the brain. And older adults, whose liver function naturally slows down with age, are especially vulnerable. Many don't even realize their multivitamin already packs a full day's dose of vitamin A. Then they add supplements on top, unknowingly pushing themselves into dangerous territory. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Excess vitamin A, especially the retinol form found in many supplements, can lead to a frightening condition called pseudotumor cerebri, literally, a false brain tumor. The symptoms eerily mimic a stroke: relentless headaches, blurred or double vision, nausea, dizziness, and in worst cases, permanent vision loss or cognitive decline. When I asked Clara how much vitamin A she'd been taking, I was stunned. Nearly 10,000 IU a day, for over 5 years. No one had ever warned her about the risks. She thought it was just a harmless vitamin, something to help her see better and keep her skin healthy. Now, months later, Clara is still battling the aftermath: regular eye exams, constant pressure checks, and struggling to regain her balance. Her independence, once so fiercely held, feels fragile. Her confidence wavers. The fear that settles when your own body and brain betray you over something you believed was safe is a pain few can truly understand. For seniors, the safe upper limit of vitamin A is about 2,500 IU per day, and even then, only when medically necessary and carefully monitored. Anything beyond that, especially over long periods, should be managed by a knowledgeable doctor. So before you reach for that next anti-aging or vision support pill, I urge you to pause and ask yourself, do you know what's inside? Do you truly need it? And perhaps most importantly, is your brain quietly paying the price? Because while vitamin A can sharpen your sight, it can also blur the very future you're trying to protect. If this gives you pause, wait until you hear about the hidden vitamins lurking in heart medications and breakfast cereals, those same ones that can suddenly spike your blood pressure and trigger dangerous spasms in the vessels of your brain. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Your health and well-being deserve nothing less than your full attention. 5. Niacin, the cholesterol-lowering vitamin that can quietly spike your blood pressure and strain your brain. But beneath that friendly reputation lies a hidden danger. Niacin can quietly spike your blood pressure and strain your brain, sometimes with devastating consequences. Niacin, also known as vitamin B3, has long been marketed as a trusted ally for heart health. It promises to lower cholesterol, boost circulation, and support cardiovascular function. You'll find it advertised everywhere, in heart health supplements, fortified cereals, even prescription medications. For many older adults, especially those vigilant about guarding their heart's well-being, niacin seems like a safe, natural choice. It almost feels like a no-brainer. But here's the hard truth that most don't realize, especially those over 60. Taking high doses of niacin can be a silent saboteur, triggering sudden blood pressure surges, putting immense strain on the heart, and dangerously constricting blood vessels in the brain. This dangerous cocktail can set the stage for serious complications, including stroke. Let me share with you the story of Mr. Edward Martinez, an 80-year-old retired postal worker from Texas. Edward was a warm-hearted, cheerful man, proud of maintaining an active lifestyle despite the years. He loved his morning walks, cherished time with his grandchildren, and was always eager to learn how to stay healthy. But then Edward started showing troubling symptoms. Intense facial flushing that made him feel embarrassed in social settings, a pounding sensation gripping his chest, and waves of dizziness that struck him every single morning. His wife gently suggested it might be anxiety, perhaps the natural stress that comes with aging. His son worried it was a side effect of Edward's blood pressure medication. Yet, the reality was far more surprising and frightening. When Edward came to my clinic, we dug deeper. After a thorough review of his routine, we uncovered that he'd been taking a heart-healthy supplement he ordered online. The label promised to support cholesterol and circulation, appealing, especially given his family's history of heart disease. But the fine print revealed a shocking detail. Each dose contained a staggering 1,000 milligrams of niacin, and Edward was taking it twice a day. That's over 60 times the recommended daily amount for men his age, which is only 14 to 16 milligrams. He had no idea that this natural supplement could wield such power and such risk. Here's what was silently happening inside Edward's body. Niacin, particularly in these massive doses, causes blood vessels to dilate rapidly. This leads to the characteristic niacin flush, a warm, red, sometimes itchy sensation on the skin that can feel uncomfortable or even alarming. At first, this dilation can lower blood pressure, but in older adults like Edward, whose cardiovascular systems are already delicate, the body fights back. It compensates by constricting blood vessels, which then causes dangerous spikes in blood pressure, strains the heart, and cuts down blood flow to the brain. Over time, this relentless cycle of dilation and constriction pounds fragile blood vessels, especially those in the brain. For Edward, this roller coaster ended in a terrifying medical scare, a transient ischemic attack, often called a mini-stroke. One morning, his speech became slurred for a couple of minutes before miraculously returning to normal. Edward thought it was a one-off event, but his wife refused to let it go. She insisted he get checked. When the tests came back, the connection was clear. His high-dose niacin habit was causing dangerous blood pressure fluctuations and threatening cerebral blood flow. I had to be honest with Edward. The supplement he believed was protecting his heart was endangering his brain. This reality hit him hard. "Doc," he said quietly, eyes welling up, "I just wanted to live longer. I didn't know I was gambling with my brain." Those words still echo in my mind. It's a stark reminder that even well-intentioned actions can have hidden consequences. The risks of high-dose niacin are rarely discussed, yet they are significant, especially for seniors. Beyond blood pressure issues, excessive niacin can trigger irregular heart rhythms, worsen insulin resistance, increasing diabetes risk, and cause constriction in cerebral arteries that cut off brain blood flow, raising the risk of stroke. For older adults with hypertension, heart disease, or vascular problems, these dangers loom large. Yet, niacin supplements are easily purchased over the counter. Many seniors take them without a doctor's guidance, trusting that natural means safe. Edward was lucky. Once he stopped the niacin, his symptoms slowly faded, and follow-up tests showed no permanent brain damage. But the experience left him shaken, wary, and wiser. If you're thinking about niacin for heart health, please proceed with caution. Always check supplement labels for words like flush-free niacin, time-released formulas, or doses over 50 milligrams, and never continue without consulting your healthcare provider. For seniors, the recommended daily allowance is modest and easily met through wholesome foods like poultry, fish, peanuts, and whole grains. High-dose niacin should only ever be taken under strict medical supervision. The heart and brain don't always see eye to eye when it comes to supplements, and niacin's hidden risks underscore the vital importance of making informed choices. If you want to protect both, the answer might not be in a pill bottle but on your plate. Let's take a moment to explore how the right foods can gently nourish your brain, improve circulation, and reduce stroke risk, all without the dangers lurking in high-dose supplements. 6 brain-boosting foods to protect against stroke. After uncovering the unsettling truths about certain vitamins like A and niacin, it's completely natural, and even wise, to feel a bit skeptical about supplements. Honestly, I share that caution. The thought that something you've trusted for years might cause harm can shake your confidence. But here's the comforting truth. Our bodies weren't meant to rely on isolated nutrient pills stacked in a bottle. Instead, they thrive on whole, vibrant foods. Foods bursting with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants in their natural, balanced forms. This is especially true for older adults. A brain-healthy diet, rich in real food, can gently and effectively stabilize blood pressure, improve circulation, and lower stroke risk far better than the quick fix of most supplements ever could. Let me tell you about Mrs. Susan Reynolds, a remarkable 71-year-old retired school principal from Nevada. When she first came to my clinic, she was overwhelmed. Her supplement drawer was a chaotic mess of pills. There were multivitamins, high-dose vitamin D for her bones, niacin aimed at cholesterol control, vitamin E for her heart, and extra B vitamins to keep her energy up. She was doing everything right, she insisted, with a hopeful yet tired smile. But her body told a different story. Her blood pressure was creeping dangerously high, she felt dizzy when she got up in the morning, and her balance was off enough to raise serious concerns about falls or worse. We sat down together and carefully reviewed her supplement routine, trimming away anything unnecessary or potentially harmful for her age and health status. But the real lasting change came when we shifted our focus from pills to plates. We designed a simple, nourishing plan grounded in whole foods, foods her body could recognize, digest, and benefit from naturally. Breakfast became a ritual of healing, a perfectly boiled egg offering protein and brain-supporting choline, creamy half an avocado perched on hearty whole-grain toast providing healthy fats, a handful of fresh blueberries bursting with antioxidants, and a tall glass of room-temperature water to gently wake her system. On some mornings, she sprinkled in a small handful of walnuts, packed with vitamin E and magnesium, 2 nutrients that quietly support brain health every day. Gone were the processed cereals and vitamin-fortified snacks that once masqueraded as healthy. Instead, Mrs. Reynolds embraced real, nutrient-dense foods crafted by nature itself. Within just a few weeks, the changes were undeniable. Her morning dizziness faded like a bad dream, her blood pressure steadied to safer levels, her energy soared, and her mind felt clearer, sharper, like a fog had lifted. "It's incredible," she told me, eyes shining. "I feel like I got my life back." What truly transformed wasn't just her diet. It was how she began to nourish her brain with intention, kindness, and respect for its complex needs. Our brains are not simple machines. They are living, dynamic organs requiring steady hydration, healthy fats, antioxidants, and a consistent flow of energy to function at their best. No pill can replicate the beautiful synergy of nutrients found in whole foods, nor can it adapt to the subtle shifts your body experiences as you age. Real food listens to your body in a way supplements never will. So, What are these magical foods that can protect your brain and lower stroke risk? Let me guide you through them. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard. These powerhouses are rich in folate, vitamin K, and antioxidants like lutein. They quietly reduce inflammation and nurture healthy blood vessels. Just 1 to 2 cups a day, whether lightly steamed or raw in a fresh salad, can make a meaningful difference. Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, loaded with brain-loving omega-3 fatty acids. These fish improve blood flow, reduce arterial plaque, and shield delicate brain cells. Aim for 2 servings of 3 to 4 ounces per week, baked or grilled gently to preserve their benefits. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, bursting with polyphenol that combat oxidative stress and inflammation, defending your brain cells from damage. Half a cup daily, fresh or frozen, works wonders. Nuts and seeds, walnuts, almonds, flax seeds, sources of vitamin E, magnesium, and healthy fats that not only nourish your brain but also help stabilize blood sugar. A small handful, about 1 ounce, each day is all you need. Whole grains, oats, quinoa, brown rice, offering complex carbohydrates that provide steady energy and prevent blood sugar spikes, which can impair blood flow to the brain. Try to include 1 or 2 servings daily. Hydration, water and herbal teas, often overlooked. Dehydration can seriously impair cognitive function and increase blood pressure. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses daily, adjusting for your activity level and climate. Mrs. Reynolds' transformation was more than physical. It was deeply emotional and empowering. For so long, I thought those pills were what kept me alive, she confessed with a bittersweet laugh. But now I realize they were slowing me down. By choosing to nourish her body with real food rather than relying on supplements, she reclaimed not only her energy and balance but also her confidence and zest for life. Her story is a powerful testament and a loving reminder. The best way to protect your brain, safeguard your memory, and preserve your independence is not by reaching for a pill bottle but by filling your plate with the nourishing gifts of nature. Because when it comes to aging well and staying strong, food truly is medicine for the mind and soul. 7. Awareness, the most powerful medicine. After delving deep into the hidden dangers lurking behind common vitamins like A and niacin, and discovering the incredible protective power of a brain-healthy diet, I can't help but wonder, how many seniors out there wake up every day, unknowingly putting their health, and their precious minds, at risk simply because they follow outdated advice or get seduced by the shiny promises splashed across supplement bottles? It breaks my heart to realize the answer is far too many. The supplement industry is a massive, multi-billion-dollar business, often fueled more by clever marketing than solid science. And sadly, older adults, like you and me, are especially vulnerable, drawn in by hopeful claims of renewed vitality, sharper memory, and longer life. But here's the hard truth. The most powerful weapon to protect your brain and reduce the risk of stroke isn't a pill or some trendy elixir. It's something far more accessible and profound: awareness. Awareness means taking the time to truly read those labels carefully, to question every bold claim with a healthy dose of skepticism, and to reach out and consult with trusted healthcare providers before blindly adding anything new to your daily routine. Awareness means understanding that as we grow older, our bodies change in ways that demand a fresh, thoughtful approach. What might have been good for us in our 40s could now do more harm than good in our 70s or beyond. And above all, it means choosing to nourish ourselves with real, whole foods instead of falling for the processed promises packaged in pretty bottles. Because natural doesn't always mean safe, and sometimes the simplest, most natural choices are the most powerful. I truly believe that cultivating this awareness is an act of self-love, a commitment to protecting not only our brains but our dignity, our independence, and our ability to enjoy life to the fullest for many years to come. It's a journey worth taking, one mindful choice at a time. Thank you so much for watching and taking this important journey with me. So far, What stands out to you the most? What is one thing you've learned today that you feel ready to bring into your daily life to protect your brain and overall health? I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Please share your reflections in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means the world and helps us keep bringing valuable content that empowers you to live a healthier, more vibrant life. See you in the next video.